Am I the arsehole for not publicly apologising to my cousin on Facebook for the dress I wore to her wedding? Story time. So this is absolutely crazy and just happened to me this past weekend. I just need some outside perspective to see if I'm wrong here or should apologise, as I should stand my ground and tear the family apart. This will be a long one, and yes, this actually happened. So last weekend, my cousin, who's 23, and she got married. She's been with her fiance, now husband, for 2.5 years. We got the wedding invitation in the mail during the summer and had noticed that there was a dress code. She wanted everyone to wear full colours and had a link to the website that had approved colours that we could all wear, as well as her registry and venue address. Fast forward to a week before the wedding. I look on Amazon and find this burgundy floor-length dress and some black heels. The colours were approved on her dress code, so I thought all was well and tried them on, and my husband said that I looked great. I'll attach the photo here. So this past weekend was the wedding. We go and watch as they exchange vows, clap as they walk down the aisle, and then we all meet back at the reception. I thought all was well, and once we get to the dining hall, I noticed that it's a buffet-style dinner for people to go up and get their own food and drinks. I noticed the line was way too long for me, so I sent my husband to give our 2 kids to my parents so him and I could go congratulate my cousin and her new husband. When we walk up to my cousin, she does a double take at me, and after we congratulate them, she asks if we can speak in private. My husband was chatting to her husband and said, yeah, of course. We went outside to have a little private chat. Once the door shuts, it's all fake smiles and warmth disappears. She starts berating me about how dare I wear red to her wedding. This signifies that she, wear red to her wedding to try and signify that I wanted to sleep with her husband. To preface, I have been with my husband now for 9 years. We have been together for over 15 years. We were both about 24 when we got married, and we have 2 children who are age 5 and 6 months old. I also never met her husband. We live 2 hours away from them, and the last time I saw her in person, my son was a year old, and she didn't even have a boyfriend at that point. She went on to say that I was a slut. Not that slut shaming, that I was a slut and that I should be ashamed of myself for wearing something so revealing, and that my husband was probably so embarrassed of me. Guys, this dress is just not revealing. You just got a bit of shoulder out, a bit of décolleté. Now at this point, I was getting really mad. I wore a colour that she approved on her list, and in my opinion, I thought I looked great and modest, and so did my husband. I'm 5 foot and I'm currently breastfeeding my daughter, so my breasts are a little over a double D. And since I work out regularly, my waist is slim and I have a decent sized butt. Yeah, you do. Be proud of that. My hair goes down to my butt and is brown with blonde and purple highlights. Love this. She is also incredibly beautiful, but her body is a complete 180 to mine. She's 5'5", has maybe A cup. She's got a small waist and has almost no booty, so she's a petite lady. She could still pass as a model. Her skin is perfect, her hair is to her shoulders, and she is blonde. And in my opinion, we are both completely gorgeous in different ways. Exactly. I told her that I couldn't be far from the case. I never met her husband and was very happy in my own relationship. I've been with my husband for a very long time and loved my little family. She was not having any of it though, and kept yelling at me saying I was nothing, and that she was embarrassed that I even came to her wedding in such a distasteful dress, and she was going to tell her daddy on me for ruining her big day by trying to look better than me. I just feel like she is insecure about something. At this point, I had started to cry. She made me feel gross about my body and embarrassed because I was just standing there and she refused to listen to me. I know she was getting loud too because it didn't take long for my husband and mum to come and find us. My mum had my daughter in her arms and said that she was looking for me because my baby was hungry and fussy. Once she looked at me, she immediately knew that something was off because I very rarely cry. My husband took my daughter from my mum and walked over to me and grabbed my hand and asked if I was okay. My mum looked around and asked my cousin what the heck was going on and why I was crying. My cousin threw her hands up in the air and was acting like the victim because she exposed me for dressing like a tramp, trying to seduce her husband, and that I was obsessed with him. Of which I named my son after him. My son and her husband do have very similar names. Let's say my son's name is Samuel and her husband's name was Sam. Amy, you are already the main character of the day. Like, you actually don't have to fight for people's attention. It's the whole point of getting a wedding. You, over everyone that day, will get the most attention, even over the groom. Like, calm the fuck down, Amy. Stop being little rat hoe. It's not the same name, but it's a longer version of her husband's name. Anyway, my husband then laughed at this and told her that our son was named in 2020, 2 years before she met her husband. I roll. At this point, I'd probably been about 20 minutes, and I know other guests are starting to wonder where the bride was. And that's when her dad, my uncle, comes outside and sees my husband. So picture this. I'm standing there next to my husband. I have mascara running down my face. My mum and my cousin both have their arms crossed, glaring at each other, and my husband is standing there feeling uncomfortable and holding our fussy daughter. My uncle immediately goes to me and hands me his handkerchief from his pocket, while my cousin's husband goes to her and starts whispering in her ear. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, Amy." I have no idea what he said to her, but I wipe my eyes and tell my uncle that my husband and I are leaving and that he can ask my mum, his sister, what happened. We go back inside, I grab my son from my oblivious dad and say our goodbyes and go to the car where I feed my daughter, then change both the kids into their PJs for the 2-hour drive home. The next morning, my cousin sends me a barrage of texts on Facebook. Text messages, Facebook messages, Snapchats. Why are we still using Snapchat? I'll say it again. I feel like Snapchat needs to be a permanent boiling point for me. About how I was trying to get her husband's attention at the wedding and for trying to make it all about her by leaving early, embarrassing her when my mum and uncle told a few people about what had happened, and because her daddy didn't take her side. So far, I haven't answered any of the messages, but she keeps sending me more and more every day. My husband is completely on my side and is very baffled by the whole situation. My husband and I have been together for 9 years, like I say, but this is our first time meeting this side of the family. I'm adopted and have only ever had my uncle on my mum's side. My parents have already passed away. Oh, her parents had already passed away, and my aunt is literally a crazy Karen. But there's another story, and that's another story. So would I be the arsehole if I decided to go no contact with my cousin and refuse to apologise for the dress I wore to her wedding? Or should I just say sorry, save face, because holidays are with my uncle? I don't know what to do. So far, not the asshole. Let's do the update. So it's almost been a week since the wedding, 2 days since my last post. Not much has happened, but I do have some screenshots of the messages. I have not replied to my cousin. I did in the beginning, but they just stopped replying and completely blocked her. This whole thing was very strange. I feel bad for my mum because she is now stuck in the middle of all of this. I have told her that I will not be attending any more family functions if my cousin is going to be there. And this was, and that I was very sorry, but didn't want my kids to be around her. My mum understands and is still upset that my holidays will now be spent on my dad's side, or my husband's family. They rarely got to see her brother since he lived so far away, and holidays were the only time she could see him. I told her she can go without me and we can still do makeup holiday the day after or before. The texts are this. I will pop them on screen for those of you watching. I can't believe you just left. You're going to regret this. And then I'll write her as corrected her and use the correct you're. Really? You're so immature. Your mum is literally going around telling everyone that I made you cry. Everyone is going to be talking about this. You literally ruined my day. You should know that red means you want to sleep with the groom. Burgundy was on your approved colour list for the dress list. I didn't wear red. Blank also wore burgundy, if you saw. His tie and handkerchief were that colour. She goes, it doesn't mean anything when a man wears that colour. She replies, girl, literally, Aunt Blank wore the same colour button-down shirt. Does she want your man too? I don't even know him. This was the first time ever meeting him, and he didn't even look at me. She says, ew, you know she's old. She doesn't want Blank. Everyone is going to think I'm a horrible person because you just left crying. I've had multiple people come up to me asking why you left like that. The reply, I don't want him. Oh my God. I've been with my husband since 2017. What is your deal? What if my kids were there and saw you yelling at me? You're literally acting crazy. I'm not crazy. You're the psycho who dressed like this. This is insane. I'm not crazy. You're the psycho who dressed so slutty to my freaking wedding. You're so embarrassing. My husband would never be with you. You need to apologise to us. And do it on Facebook too, because you humiliated both of us with your stunt. I won't be inviting you to anything else until you apologise. Do you hear me? Answer my calls. What the fuck? Whoa, someone's got a fucking attitude problem. She's a nutcase. So I ended up calling my uncle, so Amy's dad. He said I had nothing to apologise for and he had no idea why his daughter had acted like that. Apparently after I left, he took her to the side and her husband upstairs to talk. He tried to see why she was yelling at me and even backed me up on about how the colour was on the wedding dress code list. He said she was trying to deflect and said it looked more red under string lights than burgundy. She said she saw her husband looking at me once. She said she caught her husband looking at me once we got to the reception hall, and when she confronted him, he was trying to deny it. Her husband then jumps in and says that he wasn't looking at me, but at my son because he looked really cute in his little black shirt and burgundy bow tie. My cousin apparently didn't believe this and is insisting he's lying because, get this, he has lied before. My uncle at this point said that he didn't care about the drama that had happened. He told her that she needed to drop it, fix her face. Her face was turning a bit red because she was mad and was yelling, and her lipstick was smudged because she kept spitting when she was yelling, and go back to the wedding. She did what he said, and they went back to the wedding and continued. People did ask what happened. My uncle told a few people the shortened version trying to damage control, and my mum also told about 2 or 3 people that were sitting at our table. After we got home, my cousin started texting me. We got home around 10 p.m, so this happened all at 7ish. I told him I was still going to come to Thanksgiving, the uncle. He agreed and said that he didn't think she would be coming to Thanksgiving this year anyway, because apparently she's fighting now with him. Oh, wait, no. Oh my God. No. Anyway, because apparently she's now fighting with her husband because he wants to go to his family. Oh my God, this is boring.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Whoa.